Sometimes when church people speak about marriage and the family, it can seem just a bit too idealised or romanticised. Well, that's absolutely not the case with the latest document that Pope Francis has offered the Church, this time on marriage and the family, and it bears the title, The Joy of Love. The title itself might seem a bit idealised and romanticised, but in fact, one of the most striking things about what the Pope has written is its realism. In other words, he's trying to address the facts on the ground, marriages and families as they really are in all the different cultural settings around the world. So there's a bracing realism about the whole thing, and yet it's also a document which reaches for the stars. It soars at times, and it puts before us in fresh and accessible language the great vision of marriage and the family that comes to us from the Scripture and has been passed on down through the ages. The ageless poetry of the Church's vision of marriage and the family. The Pope is not claiming to set out a pastoral plan to be implemented right throughout the world, nor is he claiming to speak the last and definitive word on all the complex questions that go under the heading of marriage and the family. He sees this as a real contribution to what he calls continued open discussion. In other words, it's not a final product, the joy of love, but it is a very important part of an ongoing process, of the synodal journey that involves the whole Church. It moves from a static language to a dynamic language. Marriage not so much as a state, but as a journey, and family life also, not just as a state so much, but as a journey. And everyone's at a different point in the journey, and that must be understood and accepted. And God isn't just the one who waits for those who are successful at the end of the journey. God is the one who is our companion on the way. So that the task of the Church is to walk with people, and in walking with people to listen to people in new ways, listen to their story, and then help them discern the truth of their journey. In other words, where is God, perhaps in the mess or the uncertainties of their married and family life? I really do encourage you to read the document. It is long, and there's not every part of it will appeal to everyone, but there is something in it for everybody, and parts of it are thrilling and simple in that way that Pope Francis seems to be able to manage. It's a gift he's given to the Church, but it's also a gift that he's given to the whole world at a time when there's a lot of uncertainty about marriage and the family. Here we have a voice that is humble and realistic and speaks a word that is genuinely powerful and creative, the joy of love.